Coach Kamal here, head coach of MJKO Boxing, a youth-based charity in South Parkdale. I have my sidekick with me here, Evander, and I just want to invite you to join us in our journey to learn, take 6 classes and learn a little bit about boxing. I'm so excited to share this amazing opportunity in partnership with Shape Your Life as we bring to you 6 classes to introduce you to the sport of boxing. Today with me, I have 8-time national champion Ibrahim Firearm Kamal. He's going to be joining us as one of our students today. Ibrahim is not only an 8-time national champion, but he is a level 5 certified NCCP coach, and he has traveled in 2018 to Rohtak, India to be certified as an AIBA 1-star coach. Along with him, so just Ibrahim will be working today in the orthodox stance, even though as a fighter he's a southpaw. But to give you a little bit of variety, we will also have Brampton Cup 2019
70 kg
novice champion Katula Musagwana. He will be in the southpaw stance today, so we'll be giving you 2 options, both righty and lefty. And for our coach today, we have past amateur athlete and level 2 certified coach Jimmy Zhang, who will be leading us through 6 classes brought to you to give you a nice introduction to boxing at home. You don't need any equipment, just a positive attitude, and it's a great opportunity for you to get involved in the sport of boxing and stay active. So we want to wish you the very best of luck as you learn boxing with us.
Welcome everyone to MJKO and Shape Your Life's introductory beginner boxing series. All right, in this series we're going to learn how to box. All right, now this is a home boxing series, so that means you don't need any equipment at all besides yourself and maybe a mat and some water.
Hi guys, what's up? I'm Ibrahim Kamal. Here's Katula Muzungwana. We're going to show you guys how to put on hand wraps. So, why do we put on hand wraps for boxing? Well, first off, to protect your hands. These are the tools of your trade, and all the impact that you're doing, it's going to affect your hands. So you got to protect your hands to have longevity in your sport, in your career. And whether you're doing it recreationally or competitively, you need to take care of your hands. So when you get the hand wrap, it's going to come out rolled like this. The first and easiest step is unbuckle the Velcro and whoop, let it drop. Okay, so we're going to pull it all the way. We're going to go to the opposite end. You're going to find a little thumb loop. So as you see here, and as I said, thumb loop, we're going to put it in our thumb like so. Okay, now we're gonna go wrap around our wrist 4 times, going down low. So here is 1, I'm gonna go lower, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so and we're gonna do a 5th one as high up on the wrist. So we're gonna go up, here is 5. Okay, from here, we're gonna go over to our knuckles. So we're gonna do the same thing, go 4 times over. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so as you can see here, we've got our wrist and we've got our knuckles wrapped and protected. So now we're going to do something called X's. The reason why we do the X's is because when you throw your punches, your hands is going to move. As you can see, it's still a bit loose. These X's are going to try to stabilize your hands from moving so much. So at the X, we're going to go over like so. We're going to go underneath the wrist, back over, and on top. See how we made a little X? So we're going to do that 3 more times. Okay, so 4 in total. That's 1, here is number 2, here is 3, and finally 4. Okay, now from here, we're just going to go around our thumb, just from the back like so. Great, and then we're going to finish off the wrap down our wrist. So we're going to finish off right here. And there you go, perfect. So as I said, we did everything 4 times down the wrist, the 5th one as high, 4 times around your knuckles, and 4 X's, and we did 1 loop around the thumb and finished off on our wrist. Now, not all hand wraps are created equally. Some are a lot longer, some are a lot shorter. So you're gonna have to gauge yourself whether you're gonna go around your wrist 3 times, 4 times, or if it's a very long hand wrap, or if you have small hands, you might have to go 5 or 6 times. All right, so We know that all these are classes done at home, so you might not have access to hand wraps. We just thought we would show you guys a brief tutorial on how to put them on. If you're interested in purchasing hand wraps, we do sell them here at MJKO for $10. All proceeds go towards the charity and keeping kids off the streets and living a healthy, active lifestyle. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to our first class of our beginner boxing series. So for our first class, we'll learn our basic boxing stance, punches and defense, and of course we're gonna have some fun. So I'm Coach Jimmy. I have my athletes here, Katula and 8-time national champion Ibrahim Firearm Kramal. Keep in mind that this is a beginner boxing class, and we recognize that not everyone has had prior boxing experience, so it might be a little bit strenuous for some, but you know, just try your best, go at your own pace, and remember, I want you to do it correctly before we pick up the pace, all right? And remember to take lots of rests while you need it, okay? All right, so this is supposed to be a home workout series. So for everyone at home, it's gonna be minimal to no equipment, all right? So all the equipment you see here is just for demonstration purposes, all right? So we invite you to try every exercise, but if you're not comfortable with a certain exercise, you can skip it, and remember to try your best. We're gonna get started with a nice and easy warm-up, all right? So they're not gonna use the lines if they don't want to. The warm-up, purpose of the warm-up is just to get their internal temperature up, the body warmed up to reduce the risk of injury, and to also learn some fundamental movement patterns as well as some sport-specific movement patterns. So now we're gonna get into a nice and easy warm-up. Each athlete will do each warm-up exercise for about 15 seconds or 15 reps, all right? So we're gonna start off nice and easy, jumping jacks for 15. Jumping jack is a simple but effective exercise. It does raise your heart rate, all right? Open up your legs and arms at the same time, right? Some people make the mistake of doing the opposite, where they have their arms open and then they go like this, all right? So main thing, open your arms and legs at the same time.
1, 2, 3, count with me, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good, all right. All right, next one, get into knees up, just running on the spot. This one's gonna be a little bit high tempo again, so remember, go at your own pace. Katula will demonstrate a lower pace for any beginners, and then Ibrahim will demonstrate a higher tempo, knees up, running on the spot for anyone who feels a little bit more comfortable. For 15 seconds, 3, 2, 1, time's in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good job. All right, next one we're gonna do butt kicks running on the spot for 15 seconds. All right, so it's the exact same thing. Kutu will demonstrate a slower pace, and Ibrahim will demonstrate a higher tempo for anyone who's feel comfortable. All right, so butt kicks, you're just gonna bring your heels to your butt, same thing. All right, running on the spot, 3, 2, 1, time's in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Perfect, good job. Alrighty. Next, we're just gonna do a little bit nice and easy bunny hops, left and right. Alright, so bunny hops, you're just gonna keep all the weight on your toes. That doesn't mean you're gonna keep your heels up. Alright, that just means most of the weight's gonna be on your toes. We're gonna go left and right over the line. Alright, we'll do it for 10 seconds for this one, okay? Ready and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right, now very quickly we're going to transition to forward and backward bunny hops over the line. So forward and back, just like that. All right, on your toes, nice and easy. Remember to go at your own pace and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right. So as you can see, the athletes are starting to get warmed up just a little bit. We want to raise our internal body temperature. All right, get our blood flowing. All right, just to reduce injury. Now, next, they're gonna step back just a little bit, and then they're gonna get into some leg swings. All right, so leg swings, main thing, you wanna step back, you can step one step into it to swing your leg, opposite arm to opposite
leg, all right? For 10, and go.
1,
Good.
2,
Alternating each time, nice.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good job. Okay, now they're gonna get in. They're gonna step back just a little bit, and now they're gonna get into some knees up and open up those hips. Okay. So they're gonna do 10. They're gonna alternate each time, 5 each leg total. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, perfect. All right, now they're gonna get into a nice wide athletic stance, wider than shoulder width, and they're gonna do some trunk twist. All right, for 10 seconds, nice and easy at your own pace, and go.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Good.
5.
Notice that their legs
6,
stay still,
7,
all in the trunk.
8, 9, 10.
Good. Now all they're gonna do, they're gonna hinge at the hips, and they're gonna do the same thing, trunk twist, touching their toes for 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And good. All right, next, they're just gonna give me 5 nice and easy squats. So squats, I want everyone to be feet at least shoulder width apart, toes slightly pointed out. All right, and when you squat down, think about sitting in a chair, keep your back straight. All right, so that's nice and easy. 5 at your own pace. 3, 2, 1, and go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good. All right. Now they're gonna do some side bends. All right. So side bends will work a little bit, stretch a little bit of the lat, and also work some of their oblique muscles at the same time. Okay. So they're just gonna do 10 side bends. All right. They're not gonna bend over too much. Bring that arm over each time. Okay. 3, 2, 1, and go.
1,
Just like that.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good. All right, so now at this point that they've done a little bit of high tempo warm up just to get their heart pumping, their blood flowing, the body warm. All right, now we're gonna do some dynamic stretching. All right, so dynamic stretching is basically where we're stretching the muscles in a way that we're always moving. All right, so we don't want to be static stretching where it's just a stretch and hold. All right, that is not conducive to athletic performance. All right, so dynamic stretching, we're gonna start with our neck. We're just going to look left in one direction, dip your chin down nice and easy, nice and slow, and look the other way. 10 seconds back and forth at your own pace. 3, 2, 1, and go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good. All right, next we're gonna do arms looking forward, nice and big for 10, and go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good. Now back. Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good. Now we're gonna do arms alternating up and down and go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And now they're gonna do some self hugs and go for 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good. All right, now they're gonna just spread their feet nice and wide. They're gonna reach forward, middle, and then back, keeping the legs straight, kind of pulsing the stretch in their legs each time, okay? This one for 10 seconds, so give a count of 10, just like this. 1, 2, ready, 3, 2, 1, and go.
1, 2,
That's it. They're just hinging at the hips,
3,
keeping their legs straight.
4,
This is a dynamic stretch.
5.
You should feel it in their legs.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good. All right, and time. So that is a nice and easy warm up. Now we're gonna get into our boxing. So now that we're warmed up, we're gonna learn our basic boxing fundamentals. So that means we're gonna learn our stance, our punches, and our basic defense. All right. So our athletes will demonstrate. Katula will demonstrate in southpaw stance, and Ibrahim will demonstrate in the orthodox stance. So what does that mean? All right, for anyone who doesn't know boxing, southpaw means essentially a lefty, and orthodox means a righty. All right. First things first, we're gonna learn our stance. They're gonna stand just normally, feet shoulder width apart, 1 foot on either side of the line. At home, you're not gonna have the line, but just envision a line at home. All right. So if you're right-handed, you're gonna drop your right leg back. If you're left-handed, you're gonna drop your left leg back, all right? Have a slight bend in your knees, all right? Good. Now, when we make a fist, all right, hands are up. They're gonna curl their fingers inward, thumbs on the outside, all right, hands up, chin level. Good, elbows in, protecting their body, all right? And I want their chin slightly tucked in, okay? You can see now my boxers are in their stance, their hands are up, knees are slightly bent, all right? Their toes are slightly pointed towards their dominant side, all right? So Ibrahim, orthodox, righty, his toes are slightly pointed to the right. Katula, lefty, his toes are slightly pointed towards the left. All right, so main thing to remember in boxing, the general rule is whatever hand is your dominant hand will be at the back. That'll be your power punching side. All right, of course there are exceptions to the rule, but we'll just stick to the basics. So now we're gonna learn our basic boxing punches, all right? They're gonna demonstrate the one coming forward, all right? Also known as the jab. It's a straight punch from the front hand. You'll notice your front hand, same side as your front leg, all right? So very slowly, they're gonna demonstrate the one. At the same time, they're gonna take a step with it, all right? So one, go ahead. Now my boxer will demonstrate the two. The two, also known as the rear straight. It's also a straight punch. This is a stationary punch, all right? Main thing they want to focus on, punching straight in front, and also they're gonna turn the hips with it just a little bit, pivoting their back foot, turning their hips. All right, just like that. All right, they're gonna demonstrate it twice, nice and easy. Two, go ahead. Good. And they're always bringing their hands right back to their chin. Good, and always remaining in their stance. Two, again. Good. Some key points to remember. Always keep your hands up and punching eye level. And when you're punching for the two, rotating for the shot, I want you to think toe, knee, hip, and then arm for the full triple extension, okay? So again, one more time, two. And then they're gonna bring it back. Perfect, good. The number three they're gonna demonstrate is their lead hook. All right, so remember, lead hook, same side as your lead leg. All right, hook is a looping punch. You can think about it as a punch coming in from the side. All right, they're just gonna slightly drop their hand and then loop around for the hook. All right, so number three, they're just gonna demonstrate. Go ahead. Good. All right, one more time and then they're just gonna leave it out there. Go, three. Good. So, as you can see, my boxers, this is a three. I want your elbow just about as high as your fist, and you can notice their hips are turned with their shot. That's how they generate the power. So remember, toe, knee, hip, and arm, okay? And then bring it back. Good. Four, exact same thing. We're just gonna rotate our back leg, back hip with it, toe, knee, hip, arm. Turn their hips with it, all right? So exactly four, go. That's it, good. Now, the second time, they're gonna leave it out there. 4, go. Good. So, exactly, Couture left that out there. So as you can see, his 4, his elbow is about as high as his fist. He's aiming about head level, all right? And his shoulder is up, just in case when he's punching, right? When you're punching, you want your shoulder up. So defend against any punch that may hit him. So now they're gonna demonstrate the uppercuts. The last 2 punches, we call it the 5 and 6. All right, so 5 will be our front uppercut. Remember, uppercut, same side. Sorry, lead uppercut, same side as your lead leg, okay? So they're slightly gonna drop their hand and then come straight up the middle with their uppercut, okay? So 5, go. Good. This is the lead uppercut. So as you can see, if there is an opponent in front of them in their stance, they're punching right up the middle between the guard and hitting their chin, all right? And then they're just gonna bring it back to their stance. Good. So, now the last punch, the 6, as you can guess, it is our rear uppercut. Okay, so rear uppercut, they're gonna rotate the hips with it, all right? Drop their hand and come right up the middle, all right? So 6, go. Good. All right, one more time. 6, go. Good. So now that we know all our punches, the reason why we numerate all our punches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? English is not everybody's first language, but for people that do know some basic English, they know their numbers, all right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a good way for everyone to remember. So one more time, they're gonna demonstrate very slowly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all in sequence. All right, remember to take a step forward with their jab.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Now we're gonna learn the basic defense, all right? So we're gonna start off with the basic defense to the 1 and 2. So the 1 and 2 are straight punches, all right? So I'm gonna get my athletes to demonstrate the defense to the 1, 2. We call it the slip, slip. Main thing you wanna think about, taking your head off the center line, left or right. So as you can see, we have some lines underneath to help you guys visualize at home. All right, they're just gonna take their head off the center line. All right, so slip, slip, ready, and go.
Slip, slip.
Good, that's it. Always keeping their hands up, always returning to their stance. One more time, slip, slip.
Slip, slip.
Good, all right. So you'll notice, for beginners, that's just the main thing you want to think about. Taking your head off the center line, slip, slip. But as you can see, with a little bit more advanced athlete, you're gonna break it down. They're actually bending their knees with it ever so slightly, okay? Exactly, look at his knees, and then he's bending his knees with it, okay? Good, so some main things that you don't want to do, okay? Some people, you want to avoid this. Always keep your hands locked to your chin when you slip, slip. All right, some people, they move their head, but not their hands. All right, remember, your hands protect your chin. So always keep your hands on your chin. Okay, now they're gonna demonstrate the defense to the 3 and the 4. All right, so the 3 and 4 are hooks. All right, they're looping punches coming in from the side. So for 3 and 4, all they're gonna do, going under and under. So they're gonna initiate the movement with their knees, bending under and under. Couture will demonstrate a very beginner under, where he's just gonna stay where he is, no foot movement. Ibrahim will demonstrate a little bit more advanced, where he takes a step left and right. All right, so under, go ahead. Good.
Under.
When they go under, for beginners, just stick to a stationary under. Get that movement, all right? Think of your head going in a U pattern, all right? So just move your head just like that, okay? Once you feel confident, you can move on to the under with the movement. Taking a step in either direction, but always staying in their stance. Now, the last 2, defense, the 5 and 6, all right? So 5 and 6 are uppercuts. All right, so if someone is throwing an uppercut at you, you have 2 options. You can either lean back in your stance or step back in your stance. All right, so they're each going to demonstrate both nice and slow. So first, they'll lean back in their stance. And go. Good. All right, so you see they're stationary. They're just hinging at the hips backwards, and they're returning to their stance. Nice and balanced. Second option, they can step back, all right? And always stay in their stance. Good. So now my athletes are in their stance, facing each other. They're approximately 6 feet apart for social distancing. Now they're gonna demonstrate the basic defense that we just learned very quickly with each other, okay? So this is a partner drill, non-contact, all right? We are demonstration purposes only. I know some people might have anxiety about, getting hit, but just keep in mind this is just for demonstration purposes. I don't want anyone hitting one at home. Okay, so first, Ibrahim's going to throw the 1-2 towards Katula. Katula's gonna do the slip. And then once they've done that, Katula will throw the 1-2 towards Ibrahim, and then Ibrahim will slip. All right, go ahead.
1, 2.
1, 2.
Good. Now they're gonna throw the 3 and 4 at each other. Okay, starting with Ibrahim, and then Katula will respond with the under, and then vice versa. All right, go ahead.
3, 4.
3, 4.
Good. Okay, so now they're going to demonstrate the defense in the last 2 punches. Ibrahim will throw the 5 and 6 at Katula. Katula will just lean back with his hands up for defense. And then Katula will throw a 5, 6 at Ibrahim. Ibrahim will demonstrate both the lean back and the step back. Go.
5, 6.
5, 6.
Good. All right, so my athletes can relax. So as you can see, that is a really exaggerated example of how to do partner defense. All right.
We're giving you guys just an idea of how the punches looks like with the defense. If a lot of you are like myself, I'm a visual learner, and for me to understand and grasp the concepts, I kind of have to see them, how they work. So now that you guys learned the punches and the defense, I know some of you guys are going through your mind, how does this actually look like in real life? Well, the demonstration that me and Katula just showed you kind of answers that questions. So, if you have, like Jimmy mentioned, if you have any anxiety about partner drills or anything, scrap that. We're not going to do this. Is just individual workout plans. But just for you guys to have an idea and see what the defense versus offense looks like. That was our demonstration.
The reason why MJKO and Shape Your Life teaches all the punches and the defense all at one time instead of the old school boxing way, which is they only teach you the 1-2 for like 3 months, for example. So the reason why we teach all at once is because it gives kids a chance to get a feel for every punch, and instead of getting bored with just the classic 1-2.
As Jimmy said, you only can throw the 1-2s for so long, and at the end of the day, this is for the most part recreational, so it's an introduction to boxing. And the more that you know of all the aspects of the punches and the techniques and movements, the more fun you're gonna have.
Okay, so now that my athletes are warmed up and they've learned all the basic boxing fundamentals, they're gonna get into shadow boxing, all right? So shadow boxing is a sport-specific exercise, right? It might look a little bit awkward to some people, but I want you to think about it just like any other sport, right? Like you ever see a basketball player shooting an imaginary basketball? Same thing, they're going through the motions, working the muscle memory, priming their movements for their boxing, all right? So, first round of shadow boxing, they're gonna do the 1 and 2, all right? So they're in their stance, all right? They're gonna step with the 1, right, with their lead leg, and then they're gonna throw the 2. Remember, Tony, hip arm, rotate for the 2, okay? And then bring it back, and then they're gonna take a step back to reset, okay? So, nice and easy. 2-minute round. Okay, ready? 1, 2, times in, 3, 2, 1, go. Good. That's it. Nice and relaxed at your own pace. Good. Always stay in your stance. Remember that imaginary line in between your legs. Good. Good. Keep your elbows in, knees slightly bent. Good. Nice and relaxed. Always on your toes. All right. That means the majority of the weight in your toes. You got it. Good job. Keep it up. Good. Remember to keep that chin down and breathe. Stay nice and relaxed. Don't tense your muscles. If you're tense, you're going to get tired very easily. Okay, so 1, 2, as you can see, I want them to fully extend their punch all the way, all right? Punching eye level, and when he's punching, right, he wants his shoulder up to protect from any incoming punches. And remember to go at your own pace.
Now guys, this shadow boxing may seem repetitive, but this is a big and important part of boxing training. I've been training and I've been fighting for 18 years, and every single day I have done shadow boxing. Now, this is the first class of our 6-part series. Today is going to be very, very simple, very basic, but as the classes go on, we're going to be adding more combinations, more different technical aspects, including defense mixed with the offense. So stay tuned and take today very easy. Get the basics, get your stance, and we're going to pick up the pace in the following classes.
Time. Okay, now we're moving on to our second round of shadow boxing. But before we move on, I want to talk about our footwork. So as you noticed in the first round, when they threw their 1, 2, they're just going forward, all right? All right, and then they're resetting back, okay? So, always stay in your stance. One thing to remember, when you're moving forward, start with your lead leg, all right? So lead leg is different for everyone, depending on your stance. All right, so lead leg first, and then if you're going back, back leg first, all right? Always stay in your stance, keep that line in between your legs, never crossing, all right? And never switching out of your stance, okay? Now, round 2, you're just gonna practice 1, 1, 2. All right, so 1, 1, 2, they're gonna take 2 steps since it's 1, 1, and then 2, stationary, they're just gonna rotate toe, knee, hip, arm. And then they're gonna shuffle back twice and do it again. Exactly, just like that, and go. Good. Always keeping their hands up. Good job, toe, knee, hip, arm for that too. Punching eye level. Hands are up. Good work, keep it up. Remember, you go at your own pace, all right? I want you to do it nice, slow, and controlled, but do it correct before you pick up any speed, all right?
And now remember guys, this is a 2-minute round. So if you want to add the intensity, pick up the intensity. If you want to go fast for 30 seconds and then slow for 30 seconds, feel free to go ahead and do so.
Good. So, as you can see, they're moving up and back on the skip rope. The skip rope is just to help you guys at home visualize that you should keep a little bit of distance in between your stance. Good. Always keeping their hands up. Good job, toe, knee, hip, arm for that too. Punching eye level. Hands are up. Good work, keep it up. Remember, you go at your own pace, all right? I want you to do it nice, slow, and controlled, but do it correct before you pick up any speed, all right?
And now remember guys, this is a 2-minute round. So if you want to add the intensity, pick up the intensity. If you want to go fast for 30 seconds and then slow for 30 seconds, feel free to go ahead and do so.
Good. So, as you can see, they're moving up and back on the skip rope. The skip rope is just to help you guys at home visualize that you should keep a little bit of distance in between your stance. Good. Always keeping their hands up. Time. Round 3 of shadow boxing coming up, all right? So this round, my athletes will demonstrate the 1, 2, slip 2. So they're gonna be in their stance. Remember to step forward with your 1. All right, stationary for the 2, just rotate, toe, knee, hip, arm, 2, and then slip, 2. And then they're gonna reset, 1 step back, and then do it all over again at their own pace, all right? So, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So, some keys to remember, always keeping the hands up about chin level, all right? Punching eye level. Good. Remember to stay nice and relaxed, breathing. And remember, slip to the side that was the last punch. All right. So, for example, The combination was 1, 2, slip 2. His 2 was his last punch. He's going to slip to that side and then come back with a 2. All right? Good. Always keeping the hands up about chin level. All right? Punching eye level. Good. Remember to stay nice and relaxed, breathing. Remember to step forward with your 1. All right, stationary for the 2. Just rotate, Tony hip, arm 2, and then slip 2. So some keys to remember. Always keeping the hands up about chin level. All right. Punching eye level. Good. Remember to stay nice and relaxed, breathing. Remember to step forward with your 1. All right, stationary for the 2. Just rotate, Tony hip, arm 2, and then slip 2. So some keys to remember. Always keeping the hands up about chin level. All right. Punching eye level. Good. Remember to stay nice and relaxed, breathing. Remember to step forward with your 1. All right, stationary for the 2. Just rotate, Tony hip, arm 2, and then slip 2. So some keys to remember. Always keeping the hands up about chin level. All right. Punching eye level. Good. Remember to stay nice and relaxed, breathing. Alright, so great first class everyone. Now we're going to get into some cool down. Alright, so as you can see today was an introduction class. It might be a little bit easier for some, it might be a little bit harder for some people. Remember, go your own pace, do it correct before you pick it up, alright? So now, for cool down, if you have a mat at home, please lay your mat out. If not, we're just going to get ready on the ground.
Alright, hi guys, so now we're starting our cool down. These exercises are what we're doing. I've done them since from my amateur career on to my professional career, and I've picked up a lot of these exercises from many different coaches, not only domestically but abroad in various training camps, games, and competitions. So you guys are going to get a look into what I've been doing for 18 years as a competitive athlete. Alrighty, and remember, take your time, and I invite you guys to try all the various exercises, whether you can go up to the count of 10, 15, 5 or 3. So hang in there and have some fun. Alright, our first exercise, we're going to just do a simple crunch. We're going to go to the count of 15. Again, go at your own pace. So we're going to have our feet up, locked, our hands behind our head. We're just going to touch our elbows to our knees. We're going to go to the count of 15. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, our next exercise, we're going to be doing leg raises. Again, go to the count of 15. If you can only manage to go to the count of 10, no problem, no worry. You have to have a starting point, and you can progress always. Alright, so we're just going to have our feet together, hands underneath our tailbone. We're going to go up and down. A modified version, we have one foot down, lifting the other foot, going to the count of 10, and then switching to the other foot. Alrighty, so we're going to put our feet together. We're going to lift them up and down to the count of 15, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Excellent job, guys. Now our next exercise, we're going to go to scissors. So, again, go at your own pace. 2 ways to do this. Modified version, you're going to lift your leg all the way up 1, and then rotating, alternating legs. Okay? So already we're going to have our feet up straight. We're just going to flutter like so. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Whew. Alright, our next exercise, we're going to go opposite elbow, opposite knee. We're going to be working on the obliques here. It'll help strengthen when we throw our punches as we rotate our hips. Alright, So we're gonna have our right leg crossed over our left arm behind our head, and we're gonna go elbow to knee. Ready to the count of 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good. So you'll
6.
notice he's bringing his elbow towards his knee. He's not bringing his knee closer towards his elbow. Your elbow does not have to actually touch your knee, but just going that general cross direction.
14, 15. All right, we did one side. Now we're gonna do the other side. Again, this time our left leg on top of our right arm behind our head, and we're gonna go elbow to knee. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So guys, now we're gonna go on to side crunch. So we're gonna do one side first, and then we're gonna do our other. Again, this is to work your obliques to help when you're turning your punches in to generate more power. All right, so we're just gonna pick a side. We're gonna lay on the side like so. Okay, get your hands up by your chin. You gotta keep it all the way up, and then we're just gonna lift side crunch up. Ready? An easy way to keep tabs is you can try to touch your calf. Ready? We're gonna go at the count of 15. 1, 2.
So as you'll notice, side crunch is working his obliques. His lower body is relaxed on the ground. All the motion is in his trunk, all right? So he's using his obliques, his muscles, to pull himself up. Try to not use any momentum. Your neck might be a little bit tired at this point, so that's why you can use your hand to help support your head and your neck.
14, 15. All right, now on to our other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
At this point, you can see you might be getting a little bit tired, so you can do what Ibrahim is doing. You can swing your arm just a little bit, just to use a little bit of momentum, but the main thing, you always want to keep the tension in your obliques.
14 and 15. Our next exercise, we're going to lie on our back, we're going to put our feet straight up, and we're going to try to touch our toes. So this one is a bit difficult too, because one, I am not that flexible, so you'll see my knees pretty bent. I've got very tight hamstrings. I know I should be stretching, and you guys should sort of do so as well. So alright, we're going to go to count of 15. Again, feet up in the air, as straight as you can get them. We're just going to touch our toes. Ready, and 1.
Alright, so main thing, he's working his abs right here. You want to keep your lower back flat to the ground. Alright, your legs as straight as you can, but as you can see, if you're not flexible, you can have a nice bend in your legs. Try and touch your toes. You don't actually have to make contact with your toes, just that general direction.
14, 15. Our next exercise, we're going to do bicycle. So we're going to resemble the motion of riding a bike, like so. We're going to have our feet in a cycling motion, but we're going to add getting our elbow to our knees. Okay, so we're going to cycle both with our upper body and lower body. A quick modification, if you just want to try it out, beginner level, beginning stages, just only focus on the lower body, on your feet making the bicycle motion. Alright, and then as you develop and do this more, you can add in upper body as well. To the count of 15. 1, 2, 3.
So you can see he's pumping out his legs are not touching the ground the whole time. He's keeping his lower back flat to the ground, and as you can see, his core is engaged, his upper back is off the ground the whole time.
13, 14, 15. Alright guys, next we're going to go on to twists. So we're going to have our feet up, cross, and we're going to touch the ground side to side. A modification, beginning stages, you can keep your feet on the ground and then just touch, touch, touch. You can elevate one foot and alternate between the two and work your way up to having both feet off the ground. Ready? And 1, 2, 3.
Alright, so for the twist, you can see his lower body remains generally stationary. His upper body is doing all the work, alright? So you're all twisting in your core and your trunk.
13, 14, 15. Alright guys, we're going to do plank. with a count of 15. Alright, so elbows down and ready, lifting up. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, so you can see plank is keeping him this nice, his body in a nice straight line. Alright, so you want to make sure your hips are not sagging up or sagging down. Your core is engaged all around.
14, 15. Alright, now we're going to go on to super plank, which is basically a plank, but you're going to extend your arms up into push-up position. Ready, and 1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
So exact same motion as a regular plank. Your body is in a straight line, but it might be a little bit harder because it just puts a little bit of work on your shoulders, which helps strengthen our shoulders for boxing.
14, 15. Now we're going to move on to opposite arm, opposite leg in the plank position, starting with our elbow down. So elbow down, and then we're going to go up like so.
Alright, so as you can see, opposite arm, opposite leg. This one is a great exercise for our lumbar spine. Just keeping his back straight. Opposite arm, opposite leg, holding it out with a static hold.
14, 15. Now other side.
Alright, so now he's doing his other side, working his entire back through both ways, alright? So our lumbar spine goes through a lot of stress when we're boxing, right? Boxing, we're twisting, so it requires a lot of core strength. Remember to always strengthen your lower back as well as your abs and obliques.
13, 14, 15. Now we're going to go on to super plank again, opposite arm, opposite leg. Just like how we did the regular plank, down on our knee, on our elbows, we're going to go fully straight up. Whew, it's actually pretty hard and tiring. Alright, opposite arm, opposite leg. 1, whew, hard, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, so this one's just a little bit harder since he is a little bit more elevated and only 2 points touching on the ground, but main thing, working our lumbar spine. Try to keep your body straight.
11, 12, 13, almost 14, whew, 15. Whew, that was pretty hard. Alright, now we're going to go to the opposite side. Again guys, this is for you guys who really want to try the advanced plank. It's pretty hard. Even me, after all of my years of boxing and training, it's still pretty hard to keep up for 15 seconds. 1, 2.
Alright, so you can see at this point, he has done a lot of core exercises, so he is struggling a little bit. Main thing to remember, you always want to keep your hips pointing towards the ground, and you don't want your hips turning too much.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Whew! Alright, now we're going to go on to side plank. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4.
Side plank, exact same thing as a regular plank. He's going to keep his body in a nice straight plane. Alright, engaging his obliques, that keeps him straight.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, now we're going to go on to the other side of our plank, of our side plank, to the count of 15. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So other side, exact same thing. Make sure your core is engaged. If you're on a mat, you can use your elbow. If you're on a floor, I'd suggest going in a hand, just so it's easier and you don't hurt your elbow.
13, 14, 15. Alright, now we're going to do super side plank, or our arm extended. And 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, so it's super side plank, exact same thing as regular plank. Now we're just on our hands. It might be a little bit harder since we have to go up a little bit more with the hips to keep our body straight. Just make sure your body's in one straight line.
12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, now we're going to be the other side of our super plank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good job, guys. Okay guys, so now we're going on to some back exercises. We worked on our core, on our front. Now we got to work on our back muscles so that we can avoid injury. If you have a stronger core and a weaker back, chances are you're going to injure your back because the back is not as strong as the front, and it's going to overcompensate and lead to injury. So always whenever we work core or ab exercises, we're going to do the same for the back. Just like when you're in the weight room and you're doing bicep curls, you have to do tricep extensions so they can even out. Alright, so we're just going to get on our tummy. And I invite you guys to lift opposite arm, opposite leg. In my case, it's going to be my left arm up, my right leg up. So we're going to go up to the count of 15. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good. So remember, go opposite arm, opposite legs. So for beginners, go nice and slow just so you're doing it correct. You can see Ibrahim's going nice and fast because he is a little bit more advanced.
13, 14, 15. Alright, so now we're going to go. Now we're going to go to the opposite. So my right arm and my left leg. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, since we're down on our tummies, we're going to do both arms, both legs. We're going to lift them up together. Ready to the count of 15. Ready, and 1, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This is a great exercise, alright? It's a little bit easier than opposite arm, opposite leg. Main thing you want to remember, always keep your hips on the ground, your arms and upper body, and your legs are rising off the ground together.
13, 14, 15. Alrighty, we're on to our last component of our cool down. We're going to be doing push-ups. So I invite you guys, we're going to go to the count of 15. Go your own pace, whatever, however you can get done. In my count, that's great. I'll just set it as a benchmark and we'll try to get better our next training session. Alright, so we're going to go for 15 push-ups. Ready? And 1, 2, 3.
So push-ups is a great calisthenics exercise. Calisthenics means body weight exercise, so it's great for athletics and especially for boxing. So main thing is keeping his body straight, pushing with his arms. If you're beginner, you can go on your knees, but you just want to keep your body straight if you're on your knees.
And 15. Excellent. Good job, guys. That was a great workout today. Tune in for our next session and have a great night.